Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be a Patreon cast, originally cast at patreon.com/FalconPaladin. To those of you who are subscribed to me at that site for $1 a month, enjoy the ad-free viewing. If you're watching this on YouTube in the month of, let's see, June, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Alright, so today we're going to have a ZZ versus a TT here on a snow map, Gorky Island. Topside, Team 1, the Team Zerg, it is Jim. He's a yellow Zerg player, a man after my own heart. And in the top right, it is a red Zerg player, his teammate, it is BOSS.duty. I'm going to call him Boss, I think. And in the bottom side, Team Terran. It's a brown Terran player, Nizzy. And next door, his teammate, it is KingRox. So this is called Gorky Island, but I'm pretty sure you can actually walk on this ice. It's not open space, it's not water, it's ice. And there's ramps leading down into it, so this has to be walkable. So I know it's called Gorky Island, and I know all of these bases start on their own little islands, right? Yes, that's true. But how do you get off? How do you get off of here? Maybe you do have to, I don't know. You can get up into the middle here. We can expand. There's a center area here. There are a lot of Ursidons on this map, actually. Hello, Ursidon. Expand there if you can. Same thing over here. Top side, bottom side. You got a natural you can expand to, but you have to, like, lift off to get there. Well, this feels really, like, Zerg problematic. Really problematic for Zerg. They have to open up one base. They can't expand anywhere else quickly, right? They have to get up to Lair Tech to actually get this expansion. Ugh, I don't know how I feel about this for my Zergs. But hey, everyone's APM seems pretty comforting. Jim's around 100. Boss at 120. So the Zerg's actually playing slower than the Terrans, which is a little bit odd. But hey, Overlord comes in for the scout, sees, yes, there's a barracks here like there should be. And I'm probably going to take some shots from a Marine, but I should be alright. Takes a while for one Marine to do this. Wow, look who's sending his barracks across the entire map. Nizzy's planning on doing the slowest proxy racks play of all time. This really shouldn't bother Boss at all. 2 Terrans, says BOSS.duty. Yeah, so we're looking at quick lair. Yeah, just quick lair. Like, there's nothing else you have to do. You don't have to worry about incoming early attacks from the Terran because they need to get up to drop ships to kill you. Unless they are sneaking barracks across the map, in which case maybe they can sneak something up on you. I don't know. I don't know if that's possible. We'll have to check it out. So I think these players are French, based on the languages they're speaking to each other. It's all Francais. Could be wrong. Let's see if they chat anymore. Yeah, ZZ versus TT on a snow map. I figure it's been a while since we've seen a snow map on the channel, and a team game nevertheless. So I figured we would toss this up for a Patreon cast first of all. Again, just watch this ad-free a month before the YouTube sees it. Twitch.tv/FalconPaladin for Twitch, but Patreon.com/FalconPaladin for the Patreon support there as well, if that's what you're into. You can also join the channel directly if you'd rather not sign up for Patreon. You'd just rather use your YouTube account that you have already and support me on a monthly basis. You can click the join button down below and it will let you do that too. So this is interesting. Did they both see this? I think they saw this. You didn't really hide the barracks, right? He lands it up here, starts making a Marine. What else are you going to do with it, I guess? That's funny. But yeah, macro hatch on the way from Jim. Not going, I guess, does he have the gas for a Spire? He has the gas for a Spire. And goes Hydralisk then. Okay, that's fair. It's fair enough. Is there really not a way? There can't be a way off of these main islands without flying, because I feel like Terrans would not sit back here for the first 5 minutes of the match and let the Zerg do whatever they want. And also, the Zerg would not one base. I mean, I guess they could both one base, but it doesn't seem all that smart. Did you make a Marine? Oh, he's up here. He's up behind the, why is he hurt? Oh, he came over here and the Sunken probably punched him once. Yeah, alright. Learned his lesson, that's for sure. Spire, macro hatch, gas looking alright. I mean, we don't have enough gas to go for like 11 mutas, but, you know, like 4, maybe 5, maybe. Of course, we're going hiders down here for Jim anyway. The Terrans, on the other hand, yes, we're meching because we absolutely threw our barracks across the map. Didn't do much with it. On this side of things, wow. Literally no army for KingRox at all, but he's getting a control tower for a starport and making turrets. So he's just preparing quite mightily for Mutalisks, would be my guess. And yeah, actually making a Valkyrie and Mutalisks are on the way. So fair enough. Lurker aspect coming in from Jim. Is he... I mean, he's got... Yes, so he's got transportation done. The transportation ability for the Overlords. Going to unload them on this low ground, which gives them access to... well, a lot of stuff, but not your enemy's base. So they're just going to run around out here in the middle of the map. These mutas are trying to get stuff done, but there's a ton of Goliaths out. They don't have Charon boost upgrade yet. I imagine we're working on it, but actually no. Going vehicle weapons. We not really have... There we go. Starting the Charon boost literally as soon as I look at the machine shop. Alright, so it's mutas, and it's hydras, and it's lurkers. And Overlord speed would be super incredibly good. Look at the ship weapon upgrade from KingRox. When do we ever see ship weapon upgrades? Except in TVTs. Like the incredible TVT that I post on the channel. Well, depending on when you're watching this, last week or a month ago. You didn't watch Scan versus Light. It's got an epic tag. I know it's a mirror matchup, but good golly, it's an incredible match nevertheless. Highly recommended you check that one out. If you're a Terran fan because you're watching this, then you'll probably enjoy it. So the Valkyries are here, and they see Lurkers, and they're like, well, crap, we can't do anything about those. And they also see Hydralisks. Oh, crap, we can't do anything about those either. The mutas try to engage, but, I mean, the Valkyries were prepared specifically for this. Valkyrie prepared. He's trying to split his mutas, but gives up. There's two. He's maybe trying to walk the... Oh, he does. He gets the... Oh, my gosh. I feel like you're in a bit of trouble here, KingRox. I can't believe these Valkyries aren't killing this Overlord. Yeah, there we go. Kill the Overlord, so it can't do any more of this loading stuff. And straight up 2 Lurkers. Bad. Really bad all of a sudden here for KingRox. So... I guess your mining's getting shut down entirely at this stage of the game. Ah, we did lift some Lurkers over here. Good friend here is Nizzy. Some Lurkers. Some Goliaths to deal with the Lurkers. No detection available, which is a small problem. Refinery going to get sniped. Another small problem. SCV's thinking they're safe. You're not. You're not safe. Why would you reposition? Interesting choice to reposition there. Yeah, I'd kill the refinery. Slowing down gas income for your enemy Terran is going to be really good here. Hydras are keeping the Valkyries away. Poor Valkyries. They were created for one purpose, and their one purpose is not engaging right now. That said, why are the Mutalisks coming in? You can't really... Alright, look. Everybody's preparing for Mutalisks. You can't just... Alright. Good split, and... Lurker's done. Oof. Saving the day temporarily. Ton of lost mining time here for KingRox. Like... An absolute boatload of lost mining time here for KingRox. The Valkyries are doing fine. Look at the range on those rockets. Absolutely insane. Valkyrie, good unit. Very situational. Not used often for that reason. But I think they're a good unit. Also, they're very fun. And they sound cool. Okay, so making sure no more of those shenaniganous drops are happening here from Jim. He is getting ventral sacks now. Sorry, Newton dies carapace, ventral sacks for the lifting and the droppings and the drop lord stuff. Scourger here, chasing off the Valkyries quite effectively. This barracks is still alive, scouting around as slow as it can. Random lurkers burrowed in this location. Not sure what they're planning on accomplishing. Maybe a surprise attack later. But actually managing to take his natural base is Jim. On the other side, KingRox not really bothering with the second base concept. Just going mass Mutalisk off of one base, which feels like a ZVZ strat, to be honest. This is something we see quite a bit in ZVZ, is one, sometimes not even 2 bases with Mutalisks and trying to kill each other because the answer to Mutalisks is not incredible. For Zerg, it turns out. Yeah, so they're really good. Valkyrie is just kill any damage you can get. It's going to be good damage. Call that. Boss is in trouble. I'm just going to state it now. Boss is in an immense amount of trouble here. If Nizzy showed up with like 4 siege tanks, I think that would be it for Boss. I just don't see him winning this thing if there's tanks, but The Masked Goliath, a little bit easier to handle if there are Sunkens, which there are. I don't have any Mutalisks left, says Boss. They're all killed because I tried to engage in Valkyries because I'm an idiot. Ugh, Valkyries. Yes. Just, you don't engage with them. Just don't. You just gotta run, man. Alright, so these dudes, it's a good number of Goliaths, and they do have +1 attack, so they're not great against Sunkens is the problem, as we evidence that one dying. Meanwhile, big Lurker Hydra drop in the middle of Nizzy Town. Hydra Lurker fighting against the Goliaths. Not a bad answer. Lurker's doing a lot of damage to the SCVs, a lot of damage to the Goliaths here too. The Valkyries arrive to try to deal with the Overlords, but you know, it's not going to do a whole lot. Just trying to keep the Lurkers alive long enough is kind of a big deal here. And they do end up going down. What was the... just another scan must have come in. So, fairly well held there from Nizzy. Not bad. Did he send some Goliaths home to deal with that? I feel like he did. Still no natural base here from BOSS.duty. I'm worried about this for him. I really am. Also, are we still making Valkyries? Honestly, if I was BOSS.duty here, I would just give up on those entirely. He's trying to make some Zerglings. He's trying to get his worker count up. He's behind everybody else. I mean, Jim's only at 22 here. This is enough Valkyries to kind of one-shot Overlords, which is not bad. But expensive way to one-shot Overlords that can't do anything else, right? Ooh, how'd this guy get up here? I'm going to guess drops. The assumption here is as follows. Drops. Repairing a source of detection. It's not going particularly well. Oh, it is, because the Lurker got distracted and died. All right. That'll do. I'd really love to see you take a natural base, boss, but you can't because these Goliaths are here and you don't have anything to deal with them at all, other than a bunch of Zerglings with no upgrades, which seems like a problem. The Goliaths have 1 attack. Still, as we've established, I'm not sure what these SCVs are trying to do, but I think they were told maybe to build something somewhere where they can't go, and that's why this guy... It's kind of spazzing out, ending up on the edge of where he can go, doing his very best to fulfill the command. And, ooh, boss just decides to expand over here, maybe. Only has 90 minerals. It's going to be a bit before he's got 300 available. But defending it's going to be hard. I feel like the Terrans are doing all right, right? They both have 2 bases before the Zergs have 2 bases. Island maps in general suck for Zerg because 1-base openers are terrible. But they've done their best here. I think Jim's done all right. I think BOSS.duty less impressive. Also, geez, don't just lose Valkyries. I know you're killing Overlords, but you're trading gas, like gas-intense units here for Overlords, which are basically cheap as free. I mean, they're 100 minerals, but come on. Zerg's okay with that, generally. He's making more Valkyries. I guess what you can do with the Valkyries, too, is prevent drops if you're on top of the entire map constantly, which is not easy to do. Scourge, says Jim. Please make Scourge. We have to deal with these Valkyries. All right, says BOSS.duty. Starts making Scourge, but, you know, if the Valkyries want to keep flying into these Hydras, we might solve that problem for them. There we go. Enough Lings show up that even if they have 0 upgrades, they can take down those Goliaths and maybe establish this as a base that BOSS.duty can take, as well as taking this 12 o'clock here. So Jim maybe going to try to expand over this way. Lurker's been scouting it, making sure that it's remotely safe. But we see the drops. We see these Goliaths too hanging out. Not sure what they're all about. So unloads an SCV. Considers coming up here to build a command center, but guess what? A Lurker's here, so you're both dead. And dead. And running. Excellent. Scourge escorting this mass Overlord drop that Jim's going for. They're like, come on, Valkyries, bring it. We have enough Scourge to send you to Valhalla, or wherever you guys go when you die. Guess they're probably not Vikings, they're just Russian. Different things. Music quiet. No! You're wasting all your Scourge on an engineering bay! No, BOSS.duty! Oh boy. Alright, well, Doom drop from Jim here. I'm kind of loving it, honestly. Tanks are popping out. But, it's not enough, I don't think. Especially because they don't have siege mode, it seems like. This is a beautiful, beautiful Doom drop out of Jim. The tanks do have siege mode. But there's one of them and like 18 Hydras, so that's bad. Did the Scourge all... Nope, the Scourge are heading home. To maybe deal with this, or attempt to deal with this drop. Which, Nizzy... oh, he's got all this stuff up here? Okay, well. Nizzy's gonna lose his base. But additionally, Boss.duty is in a lot of trouble. With siege tanks on the high ground. He's evacuating to his 12 o'clock position, which is all he can really do at this stage of the game. But, Nizzy's losing all of his production. A ton of SCVs are dying. He's got Hydras at his natural base, too. I mean, for the death blow that he's took to Boss.duty here, he's taking one of his own. Which is really, really frustrating. I mean, yes, I understand that KingRox here has his Valkyries, and that's very cool. But in the long run, they can't do anything to help with this position. Nizzy's got some tanks out. Might be able to save his factories. Maybe. Hydras don't have any upgrades. Tanks have 1-1. Ooh, the upgrade advantage. Big deal. Alright, so Boss.duty saves 13 of his drones. KingRox is on 39 workers. Is spending his money. Is it just on a mass Valkyrie play? Oh, hold on. Hold on. What's this? Hold on. No, I don't know where KingRox's money is going. I'm going to be honest with you right now. I don't get it. It's like, what? Scourge taking down dropships. Empty dropships, but hey. Dropships that have to be rebuilt. So that's good. Alright, so Nizzy's income has dropped to nil. Look at this, Jim taking the center base like the boss that he is. Jim might just win this thing. So it's effectively, I feel like, Jim versus Nizzy in this game. I'm just going to state it for the record. I think that's what the teams are at the moment. Oh, Valkyries, though. 3 Valkyrie hits. Oh, but dropship getting sniped is pretty cool, too. Yeah, I don't get it. What is KingRox spending his cash on? Battle cruisers. Oh, all right. Oh, I didn't see you down there. So it is BCs, not generally viable against Zerg because things like Dark Swarm and Plague exist. That said, we haven't seen either of these Zerg players really go for any of that tech, and in fact, we're still on Hive tech. So if you're planning on dealing with straight Hydra, it might work out for you. I don't know, man. I really feel like Team Terran is a pretty good stranglehold on this game. I say that, but Nizzy's dead. Place your bets. Place them now. That's what I gotta say about this. Jim's supply blocked because, you know, for all I'm kind of hating on these Valkyries, they're doing a pretty good job just killing Overlords all the time. I'm gonna try to drop on top of these tanks. That might work, or you might just lose everything. I don't know. I mean, it's one lurker. How dangerous could one lurker be? My gosh, like a spore at each of your bases would be pretty fantastic, but, you know, can't afford it, I suppose. Just still very sneakily building battle cruisers down here. And they've got +2 attack because we've been upgrading that the whole game, as I mentioned, you know, previously. Rox's APM is not bad. Why are the Hydras not attacking that? Sometimes it's really stupid, is what it is. Nizzy's got his base back, everyone. He's down to 2 SCVs, and he's mining from his main once again. Another Valkyrie dies. How many Valkyries? It's just 2. It's just dos Valkyrios. I'm fairly sure that KingRox has spent all of his cash on Valkyries, and they've all died. So I'm not convinced they've been that much of a good investment in this game. I know they've killed Overlords. I know Jim's been supply blocked a lot. I know he's killed a bunch of Boss.duties, Overlords too, and the Mutos are completely shut down here, but he only has 2 Valkyries to show for this. Oh, they get 2 Valkyries. Both of them extremely injured. This army, I mean, as far as preventing Boss.duty from re-expanding here, is doing a pretty good job. I think this lurker is still here. Like, nobody sent over a tank to get rid of it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Center base for Jim is in an immense amount of trouble. I know there are Hydras, and they trade pretty well. But this is 6-2 attack battle cruisers versus no upgrade Hydras. That's not good. That is, in fact, not good at all for the Zerg player. Then Jim throws out the battle cruiser face. BOSS.duty's like, what? Battle cruisers, I have 3,000 gas. Scourge? Let's go Scourge. Scourge, another great answer to battle cruisers. That's the trick about this, again, is that there are so many good answers to BCs. We need to drop his expos now. Oh, there was a pause. KingRox needed a quick pause there. That's cool. BOSS.duty wants to drop... What expos? There is, like, this expo from KingRox. What you need is an answer to these battle cruisers. There's 2 more coming. Jim's making another Spire. Dude, are these sneaky, out-of-nowhere battle cruisers that caught the Zerg entirely by surprise going to be the winners today? Jim hiding some drones up here. I don't know what for. I mean, is okay. I'm trying to expand left side, but the battle cruisers could easily wipe that out if they chose to. It's a billion Hydralisks. The question is, do a billion Hydralisks with 0/0 upgrades beat 6, soon to be 8 battle cruisers with +2 attack? I guess the science is out on that one. We'll have to see together here, but there are, 3 sets of Scourge on the way, which is not enough to handle this. Not by any long shot. Honestly, a Plague would be insanely good here. Once again, neither player is on Hive Tech at all. Oop, free drones are free drones. I mean, just really terribly timed transfer is what that was. KingRox is going to end up losing the gas income that he needs to continue making more battle cruisers. But the larger problem here is that he already has battle cruisers that can't be handled, but bringing them home to buy yourself time is not a bad idea. 8 sets of Scourge on the way. Yeah, cancel that base. Hide your drone if you can. Battle cruisers pass it by. They do pass it by. Let it live. So battle cruisers arriving. It is probably time. Oh, these guys are trapped now. Overlords aren't getting in here. They didn't get out of here, so they're not getting in here. But shutting down the gas income is amazing. Nizzy's back up to 10 SCVs and has a little bit of gas income. The pathing is all messed up here, though. Why aren't they going over the top? Base positioning is always very strange. All right, so the battle cruisers come in, wipe out everything that was, making this happen. Rox, again, 0 income for Rox right now. There's been a bunch of moments in this game where certain players have absolutely no income to speak of at all. Nizzy wants his southern base back, man. And these Hydras are not going to prevent him from doing that. Like, the Hydras are trying to get into minimum attack range, but the low ground tanks are an issue there. So, at this point, it's a lot of Scourge. Jim's sitting still on 3,000 gas. His mineral income is pretty good. He's retaken this base despite Nizzy having a lockdown on his main. Look at this. Look at this. He's somehow mining here. Oh, hang on. I jinxed it. Ready for death? Oh, nice little 360. That was great. Oh, Lurker. Lurker, though. Positioned somewhere else. No. It's just one Lurker. You can kill that whole base. Look at this. He's trying to transfer drones over. Okay, all right. That's a lot of Hydralisks, man. They killed 2 of the BCs while I wasn't paying attention. Ah! Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh. No, we're down to 2 battle cruisers. Yeah. Okay, that went exceptionally well. Alright, so BOSS.duty retaking his natural, not going particularly awesome, it turns out. And it's gonna die again. Jim taking the right side base and the 6 o'clock base. Dude, Jim is the best player here, I think. If I had to put a label on best player in this game, it's gonna be Jim. Nizzy's been okay. Like, Nizzy's doing some good things. KingRox has decided after losing all of his battle cruisers, except for these two, that he's going to continue making BCs, which not incredibly advisable, because this stuff's going to happen. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, fairly well, guys. Brutal. Brutal. Alright. SCV versus drone battle. No. Zerg cheats. Zerg brings in 1,000,000 Hydralisks. Hey, +1 attack is done on these Hydras, actually. So that probably helps in their battle against the battle cruisers earlier. Dude, is the Zerg gonna win this thing? This is a good game. This is a really good game. This was uploaded to bwreplays.com, so I mean, someone's proud of it. It's enough Hydras to kill that BC. You're not saving it, friendo. Absolutely not. Trying to repair, I think, the command center? Nope, it's dead. He's trying to micro the battle cruisers as much as he can, but just a lot of +1 Hydralisks. Okay, so BOSS.duty on one base. Oh, hang on. He's replanting his top right after losing it. Nizzy is back to mining from his natural base again, which is cool. KingRox has been on this for a while. I guess he doesn't need the gas at the moment. It would be pretty cool. BOSS.duty going for another drop, but the ring of missile turrets is honestly pretty impressive here out of KingRox. I'm going to try to lurker down this missile turret and open a gap to where he can drop in here, but will the battle cruiser prevent that from happening? I mean, at least the missile turret died. That counts for something. This turret's not providing detection for that lurker. So that Overlord dies. I don't know what was in it, but I hope it wasn't too much. +1 attack is done for BOSS.duty with his Hydras. Scrappy. Honestly, scrappy 2v2. They're usually scrappy, I think is the best way to describe them. 2v2s are rarely not scrappy. If he... Oh, you know, load some of the Hydras up here. I mean, sure, SCV kills here on KingRox are okay. He's only got 20. And now he has substantially less. By that I mean 17. 14, I mean. Ooh, we get some lurkers up. Where is your detection now? Scourge getting wiped out by this ground mech army of Nizzy, which, again, Nizzy's back from the dead, guys. Just going to point this out real quick. Nizzy's back from the dead, but KingRox is down to 10 SCVs. So the Terrans, at different points of the game, Nizzy's been down to 3 SCVs, I think it was, maybe 2. And then KingRox is down to 10, and his only source of income has been shut down by 2 lurkers, which is not great. Retaking the center here, we need Zerglings against all of this tank Goliath stuff. Hydras aren't going to cut it. We do have a lot of Hydras to deal with the battlecruiser threat, but the mech army is back from Nizzy. So production tab says 3 sets of Zerglings, 3 sets of Zerglings. Let's go. Of course, working on upgrades that don't benefit the Lings at all at this stage of the game. My gosh, so trying to expand here? No. Trying to expand here, it got shut down a while ago. Jim holding the southern base is happening pretty nicely. And he's like, you know, if Nizzy's away with his mech army, maybe we can get in here. It's a pretty brutal missile turret hail, though, and the Goliaths aren't helping either. So the Scourge all die, but enough Hydras drop down here to be a bit of a problem for Nizzy. But, oh, look who's back. Look who's back with drops. Is it enough? No, one tank does not seem to be enough. Low ground tank problem. SCVs fighting in tandem with the Goliaths is actually fantastic play out of Nizzy here. Ah, that was beautiful. It's really good. BOSS.duty wants to land on these tanks and kill them if at all possible. They're not holding still, though. So we can definitely unload and chase, but then high ground tanks siege up, and probably time to back out would be my guess. This is honestly a pretty fantastic game. I'm liking this a lot. Hit that like button if you are enjoying it as well. Just, you know, it's good for the traffic, good for the algorithm. We're still doing this, huh? No further upgrades on the BCs. Armor upgrades apparently not useful. I don't know. Did you think they wouldn't be back? Is that what's happening here? Oh man. Southern base for Jim's in trouble all of a sudden. Oh. Scourge taking hits, not connecting with the BCs. Jim holding on in the middle is all that he has going for him right now. Yeah, I mean, if there's any saving grace for the Zergs in this match, it's that they have expansions outside of the ones that are in their bases. I guess Jim does. BOSS.duty does not necessarily. He's still working on his natural base because he hasn't been able to hold on to it for very long, but he's got this one. Right? This is not good. It's a lot of BCs, it's a lot of siege tanks, and it's a lot of Goliaths. If Team Terran can kind of work together here to maybe wipe out the center base, that would put them in a really good position to win this game. Or maybe they just want to establish and retake or take this southern 6 o'clock position for themselves. Yeah, building a command center down here, not a bad thought. Well, there's a lot of yellow on the map, and there's a lot of red. Tanks are at 1-1, so not the best upgrades we've ever seen. I'm making Mutalisks now. I mean, Mutas don't trade super well versus battle cruisers is the problem. I mean, they'll do great against the tanks, but you have to worry about these Goliaths, right? They're 1-1. They're mean. Nizzy getting this would be, again, a major, major step forward for Team Terran winning this game, because right now I feel like they're on the back foot. Maybe that's not accurate, but I do feel like income-wise they're struggling a lot more than their Zerg opponents. But the Zerg opponents need to be awesome economically to keep up. See, this is where problems begin to occur. The tanks, the battle cruisers, and the Goliaths working in tandem in this team game as team games are supposed to be played. And I just don't know that Team Zerg has enough to wipe this out. I'm looking at it. Center base from Jim is gone. We've got some Overlords here. We have a handful of Mutalisks with +1 Carapace, which is going to be useful. And actually pulling back here is Team Terran. Like, we wiped out this space good enough, but guess who's got the 9 o'clock? Yeah, Jim does. And guess who's got the 3 o'clock? Jim's working on that one, too. So, Hydra, Muta, Scourge. Ton of Scourge with more Hydralists with +2 attack now. Mutas can jump on this. They're going to go for it. It is actually a lot. It is an enormous amount of Mutalisks. So if you can jump on these and snipe the tanks, let the Scourge get onto the battle cruisers. Okay, this is what we're looking at. Abject chaos. The Zerg swarming from all sides. Wow, the Zerg crushed that. Amazing teamwork, and that's your GG. Holy smokes, Nizzy and Rox tap out. Jim and BOSS.duty are your winners in 33 minutes and 50 seconds. And in an instant, it is over. It is done. The Zerg team is victorious. I was worried about that for Zerg. That was a lot of tanks, a handful of Goliaths. The battle cruisers were awesome. But, turns out a lot of Mutalisks with a lot of +2 Hydras and a lot of +1 Hydras will smush that. We'll smush it and not allow it to survive. Yeah, a bit of a premature GG. I think Terran could have made that go a little bit longer, but Rox was out of cash. So it really would have been Nizzy by himself, and just seeing how much Zerg existed was enough to make him tap out. I mean, Jim had 58 supply at the end of the game. It's not like he was maxed out or anything, right? BOSS.duty's at 78 supply. It's not that impressive. But fantastic. Great, great match. I really enjoyed that one. I'm not sure if it's getting an epic tag, but how about you patrons that are watching it the week of May the 15th? You tell me. I guess May the 20th. You tell me if you thought this was an epic game. We'll put it in the title. So 104,000 points for Nizzy, 108,000 points for KingRox. But 164,000, big deal for Jim, only 88 for BOSS.duty. His Muta opening was completely countered, which really slowed him down a lot. And plus, he lost his natural base, which was a problem. But yeah, Jim's sort of carrying 114 APM for this guy. Ended up losing the most units, making the most units. That's very Zerg of him. Structures raised tons by both Jim and Nizzy. Again, I think the two best players here today. And yeah, KingRox going battle cruisers was not exactly what you wanted to see from him in this match. I'm sure Nizzy would have preferred more of a mech style from his teammate, but hey, team games are going to be weird sometimes. Yeah, just this right here, right? Total spent 38,000, 31,000. The Terrans, 25,000 each, just can't keep up. The Zergs needed this. They got it, and that helped them win. So GG, and that's going to be it for me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered and a Patreon cast. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.